In 1989, a delegation from Dubna came to La Crosse. Now, Dave Bell was there, along with businessman Victor Prorov and 3 musicians who would become known as the Dubna Trio. Now, among them, Busia Lugavir.
I want to show you, in honor of World War II Russian pilot Boris Lugavir and all World War II veterans.
A brick near the gazebo in the Russian garden, honoring Busia Lugovir's father.
Because my father came to this country when he was 88 years old and lived with us.
He could do that because Busia and her son became residents of La Crosse, a result of the relationship between La Crosse and Dubna.
I never felt that I immigrated. I never felt like I'm not at home.
That, in part, is what this garden signifies. The possibility of friendship despite difference, a tribute to what we have in common rather than what we don't, a philosophy central to the idea of sister cities, something Chuck Hansen says came from President Dwight Eisenhower.
And President Eisenhower felt that, governments have to take geopolitical positions, but average people like you and me, we don't have to do that. And he believed that the friendships that would be built between peoples of different cities could be the very bridges that governments one day would have to walk across to establish meaningful peace.
Part of the message on this gazebo. The original stands along the Volga River in Dubna. This replica sits along the La Crosse River in La Crosse, sending the message of peace and friendship.
I think it says a lot about who we are living in the Coulee region, that we're open to the wider world, that we can celebrate the beauty and difference in different cultures, which is what the gardens represent.
I know, we did have meeting yesterday.
Busia is experiencing that life, the result of something that began as a dream, she says, but became reality through a relationship between 2 cities that began at the end of the Cold War.
And amazing to see that we are the same, exactly the same, no matter where we were born.
We're in this together. And so how important it is to develop an understanding and appreciation and respect for one another.
So this is my friend. I think we all live, when we live life, we understand more and more. Then friendship is the best way of living on this earth.
A philosophy La Crosse and Dubna have practiced for the past 30 years. In La Crosse, Dave Soley, WXOW, News 19.
Busia shared another story about the significance of the sister city relationship. She plays the viola, and during a concert in Munich, she realized that Friedberg, Germany, a La Crosse sister city, was an hour away. So she went, and as people of Friedberg learned of her visit, more and more began showing up, including the mayor, to visit with their friend all the way from La Crosse.